Peter Drucker said something in the 1960s that most leaders still haven't figured out today. What he said was the most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. We spend enormous energy learning how to talk, how to present, how to persuade. Shoot, look at all the YouTube videos on how to explain and inspire. But Drucker is pointing at something we almost always skip. He's pointing at what's underneath the words. This is what great communicators do. Here's the leadership reality. Think head, heart, hands, habits. Most communication problems aren't problems of information. They're problems of understanding. I think that's a heart and skill issue. A leader explains a priority, the team nods. Then 2 weeks later, everyone is working on something different. So what actually happened? Well, sometimes the leader said the wrong thing, but more often, the leader never found out what the team actually heard and converted to skills. And the team never told them because nobody asked and the leader never made it safe. This is the gap that kills execution in most organizations. It's not dishonesty, it's not incompetence. Just the assumption that saying something is the same as being understood. That kills it. And it isn't the same as being understood. This week, we move into the Grow Others section of the Build model. The first 4 weeks were about leading yourself, self-awareness, clarity, emotional regulation, and habit building. Growing others starts with one shift. Your job as a leader is not to have the best answer. Matter of fact, it's not even to have all the answers. It is to help others see reality clearly enough to find their own. That's the lantern principle. A spotlight puts you at the center. You explain, you direct, you correct, you. A lantern helps everyone see. So you ask, you listen. You create enough clarity that people can move forward on their own, at times without you. Communication and clarity is week 5 for a reason. Before you can grow anyone else, you have to master this shift. Here's what we want you to practice this week. In every important conversation, we just want you to ask 3 questions. Only 3. What outcome are we aiming for? What does success look like? What are the next step and who owns them? That's really it. These aren't complicated, but most leaders don't ask them consistently. This is a habit issue. I promise you. And when they're missing, teams drift, roles blur, work stalls. The habit we're building this week is a clarity check. 1 question at the end of every important conversation. It prevents more misunderstanding than any amount of extra explanation. Here it is. What are the next steps and who is responsible? Then pause and let them answer. If they're not what you need, you have the option to work through them with them. So before section 6, complete the C reflection questions in your workbook. Think about when you communicate most clearly and when you don't. Here's the honest question to sit with this week. When was the last time you checked whether the person in front of you actually understood what you said? Not just heard the words, they weren't thinking about the response, but they understood the meaning. I think Drucker was right on this. I actually think this has been around for thousands of years. The most important part of any conversation isn't what was said or what gets said. This week, start paying attention to what isn't being said. The next video is the skill that has personally helped me go from 5/10 trust in my leadership to 9/10. I would encourage you to watch it and share it with your team. Thank you. We'll see you in the next session.